So I've been playing Kimberly for a while now, and over the course of playing Kimberly for however many months it's been, I've accumulated quite the amount of tech that, people have been recognizing it, I'm not gonna lie, Kimberly has a lot of cheap stuff, and a lot of this stuff is really hard to figure out by yourself. So unless you're in the Kimberly Discord and really examining everything and really checking out the top players and everything, you're probably not gonna know a lot of this tech. And even if you do know the tech, you might not understand the layers to each bit of tech. So I've decided to compile all of the tech that I use pretty much every game that's low-key a bit busted, and I'm just gonna reveal my top Kimberly player secrets. Alright, so the first tech that a lot of people don't use is this crossup. So if you do the medium punch, heavy punch target combo, you'll see that they get lifted off the ground a bit, and this allows for a slightly different juggle state than just hitting special moves grounded. So you'll see if I do 2 medium punches on the ground and I do this heavy punch, Cammy stays on the same side. And if I do the target combo and EX elbow and a heavy jump heavy punch, I'll cross up. So it's pretty hard to figure this one out by yourself. So this interaction is actually very interesting with the cross up here. So all you have to do is you do jump heavy punch after EX elbow after you do a target combo, and you'll end up on the same side or the other side, and you'll be plus 20. And Kimberly's overhead is 22 frames. So they can't mash out of that if you do an overhead immediately after you do this cross up. So you can hit target combo, EX elbow, jump heavy punch, and then immediately do an overhead, and it'll pretty much hit the meaty on the other side. So that is very difficult to block. That is layer 1 of this mix-up. You'll see me land this against a bunch of people as a reset into super. And that does a ton of damage. That's like a bit over 5k for the original combo and the mix-up. That's is a very good way to land your super and close it around. But they're gonna eventually start blocking the overhead, or at least you'd hope they would. So you can also get a meaty low. You're plus 20, so with jab or something into a low, that's plus 5. You probably get a plus 6. I don't know a frame kill. I just do the light punch randomly. But plus 5, you can get stand light kick. So still land super that way. A lot of higher level players will just parry it, so you can also just throw them. Call out their perfect parry, do some meter damage, very nice. And then, let's say they're not perfect parrying. If they're hard committed to blocking the overhead, if you hit them with the overhead once or twice, a lot of people will just hard call out the setup by blocking standing the other way. They won't be ready for a low. But I like to get a bit saucy on them. Instead of going for the low, I like doing a tiger knee tattoo. You do this technique by doing let me turn my inputs on. So you have to do the tattoo input before you leave the ground, and then hold up forwards and then do the kick bonus. That way you'll get it as soon as you leave the ground. It's a bit tricky to do, but I'm a Kage player, so pretty much they try and block the overhead. You didn't see that. Try and block the overhead. Hit them on the other side. That combos into jabs in the super. Does a lot of damage and very stylish. One cool thing about the setup as well is that if they delay tech, like tech on wake up, they will also get smoked by the Tiger Knee Tattoo. Because of the timing that the Tiger Knee Tattoo hits, it'll counter hit their throw tech. So if they throw tech, they take even more damage. Of course, you can also just bait out throws by doing delay button or backdash or whatever. I just like doing the Tiger Knee Tattoo, it's sort of like my signature thing. It is technically possible You get the crossup from a grounded heavy punch or EX elbow. But the timing is super weird and inconsistent, so I don't bother. Like there I got it, and half the time it'll just land in front for whatever reason. So I just recommend doing this from target combo into EX elbow. See there, I just landed front for no reason. Very inconsistent, very weird. So anytime you land this move in the corner, a lot of the time you can take that opportunity to go for damage. Or you could go for can setup. But what if you wanted something a bit more devious? So that setup right there, after you land the wall splat in the corner, you can do run into leg kick, and it will set up the perfect timing for you to throw out 2 cans. You'll get an auto time meaty crouch heavy punch into DI, which has no gap, or at least not a mashable gap. So obviously what a lot of people do when they get hit by DI is they'll DI back. So yeah, because there's 2 cans that you throw out and the DI itself, that is the 2 hits of armor from the cans that are broken, and then another hit is of the armor is broken by the DI. So if they DI back when they see your DI, they'll actually get blown up and you can combo an EX grab. So this combo, or this setup, it beats mashing, it beats throw tech, it beats a lot of things. Pretty much they have to perfect parry, DP, or super your DI. They can't block, they can't throw you out, they can't mash, can't jump out. They literally just have to perfect parry or super. Or just regular parry and then they'd be plus after, but most players' reactions to being hit by DI is to DI back, so this is a great way to catch people off guard. Of course, if they know the setup, it's pretty much a gimmick because they could just hold parry, but interesting bit of tech nonetheless. Another interesting thing you can do from this setup there's nothing forcing you to commit to the DI, so you can still go for throw and still combo from the throw. So even if they do know the setup, they got to be ready for layer 2. Alright, so I've got a bit of a story about this next bit of tech. This tech I landed at Evo. I hit 3 loops of it in a row. I am pretty disgusting with this setup. It hits way too many people, it hits way too often, and literally I rob like several pro players with this thing because they're just not ready for it. So after Kimberly lands a DI in the corner, her optimal meterless combo is crouch heavy punch, run light kick, and an air grab. So that does like 2.2k, and it leaves her plus 22 on block or on hit, and that gives her Oki to dash up. A lot of people are not prepared for that because mid screen when you land this air grab, you're plus 22, same, but you're extremely far away, so you don't really get any Oki. You can do like a jab. So a lot of people, they expect you to not be in throw range or like that close to you. But when you do this air grab in the corner, then all of a sudden you get Oki. So a lot of people are already not ready for you to be that close to them. So almost nobody techs this grab, first of all. So that's like one layer of this mix-up that's kind of sick. And the other bit is if you hit DI, this DI, it leaves a 4-frame gap, so it's pretty much meaty, but you'll see the animation of the air grab sort of leaves Kim in this like recovering looking animation, so it's very jarring for her to be like all of a sudden like floating towards you. Like usually this isn't a thing in fighting games, like oh, I got juked out by an animation. But this animation, for whatever reason, just seems to be like rather misleading as to like when the recovery ends and the move starts. You can see that she's literally like upside down doing a flip, and then all of a sudden the DI is coming or the dash is coming. So I think that is also part of the reason why people don't tech the throw or are ready for the DI. And this loops into itself. So you land one air grab or a DI, you just do it again. And then do another air grab, do it again. Land another air grab, do it again. Why not? People won't be ready. I've done this 3 times in a row at Evo against Nightmare Effect. I'm very sorry, Nightmare Effect. That's how I won the round against him. I did 3 loops of this. I got a DI in the corner randomly. I did it again. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And I won. So I'm very sorry, Nightmare Effect. I'm sorry I made you travel all the way to Las Vegas just to get hit with my cringe DI setup 3 times in a row. But this is like low-key a real setup. This works. Like, it's very cringe, very gimmicky, and very stupid, very bad risk reward. But I don't care, because it's sick and it works. Alright, so this is more common knowledge stuff. So pretty much if you land a run kick, you'll be left plus 30. And this looks like kind of far, right? But 30 frames, you can do a lot with that as him. So after this, you can hit a meaty run overhead. So even on block, this overhead, god damn it. Overhead is +1 on block mid-screen, and it's 0 on block in the corner for whatever reason. So this lets you, obviously, like, you hit an overhead and you continue your pressure from mid-screen. Does a ton of corner carry because you can dash if the overhead hits. So this is a great way to extend your pressure. A lot of people know that one. But some people don't know this next bit. So if you do drive rush and you do a medium kick slide, you are +4 on block and extremely plus on hit. So let me just demonstrate that. Yeah, you can combo in a medium tier, and basically you have a high-low mid-screen. It's definitely not like an unreactable high-low, obviously, because you can react to either the slide or the run overhead. But this is a way to continue your pressure, being plus mid-screen. It gives you great O-key, gives you great pressure. So it's a very good way to continue it. And obviously, if it hits, that's a huge bonus. So a lot of people will start perfect parrying this. So you can just do drive rush and then throw them. It'll blow up their perfect parries. And a lot of people will DP because they see you like literally running towards them. So you can just do drive rush throw, drive rush jab, whatever. It will punish some DPs and sometimes not others. If they super, you can just do drive rush, wait for the super flash, and then super back yourself. Yeah, Kimberly has a great super. So pretty much that's all there is to it. You can hit meaty overhead. You can hit meaty low. Or you can land a throw. So this is a great way to have good corner carry. It's a great way to continue your pressure. And it's pretty much my go-to for mid-screen pressure nowadays. This next bit of tech, Diaphone actually showed this to me in a Las Vegas Salty Suite. So I have Diaphone to thank for this one. So I'm gonna have this Kimberly do medium punch, heavy punch, DI. So this is an interesting one. You do have to confirm the DI. So there, you saw that I jabbed and I got punish countered. So the interesting thing about this setup is that normally, no matter what the Kimberly player does, there's not really a frame trap from this target combo other than doing raw slide. So pretty much people will almost always be mashing on this target combo on block because the risk reward is so bad for Kim. Like on hit, she gets like a slide into maybe DP, not even the DP. DP doesn't work after. She gets raw slide, and if she wants, she can do super from this raw slide unconfirmed. So there's no reason to not mash when she does this target combo on block. It's unsafe on block. All of her special moves are either real block strings, which means they won't frame chop, or they're extremely unsafe. So pretty much no matter what the Kim player does, they spend EX bar, they do run stop, whatever, it's all unsafe from a jab. So the interesting thing you can do there is cancel into DI. So since a lot of people will be mashing jab, the DI becomes extremely difficult to stop. So you'll see here, I'll mash jab and I'll try to DI back. You have to hit the DI while the jab is still cancelable. So you have to hit the DI extremely early. So if you hit the jab at reversal timing against Kimberly's target combo, the DI will, or the cancelable frames will have already pretty much gone when the DI is out, when you can react at least. So people will be trying to hit confirm, and then they'll see the DI, and then it's already way too late to DI back. So that's what makes the setup so good. It's pretty much giving one extremely fake, difficult to react to setup. I press DI like 4 or 5 times there, and it punishes my jab. There's not enough time for a second jab, and there's not enough time to have your jab recover and then DI back. So pretty much this setup is entirely a gimmick because you can just not press jab and then DI back, but it will hard call out people that are just autopiloting to jab on your strings. So Diaphone showed me this next bit of tech as well. So during a can setup, it's very difficult to bait out throw because you are too close to them in most can setups to be able to shimmy. So you have to hard commit to a delay button, or you have to backdash or something. And generally these are less safe than shimmies because shimmies pretty much lose to lows. Delay buttons can lose to wake up jab, wake up back throw, etc., etc. So there is one interesting way to get the delay throw or the delay button consistently while also sort of maintaining your pressure. You got to do what you got to do. So I think this is the best way to do the delay button. So you do this. Pretty much, if you press the heavy kick immediately, you will beat throws and combo into your medium punch, heavy punch target combo for extra damage, and this will juggle into EX grab. So if you catch anyone attacking, they'll get blown up for a ton of damage. But you also have a very interesting option on block. So pretty much you can continue your can setup. So even if they guess right and they block your stand heavy kick and they don't throw tech, you can continue your pressure by doing stand heavy kick and then confirm that on block into medium punch into can. So the can will keep you safe during the setup and it will actually make you plus on block. So pretty much you're free to continue your mix up. You can do another stand heavy kick, you can throw them, you can do jab and overhead, jab into elbow, whatever you want. Pretty much it just turns your can setup into like guess again, motherfucker. Like it's pretty much a way to shimmy them and continue your pressure at the same time. So this is a pretty sick one, honestly. So this is going to be a extremely whack bit of tech because it, as far as I can tell, does not have any practical use. So you'll see here, Kim is sort of jutting forward as she's doing a throw here. You'll see my inputs. I'm inputting a quarter circle forward before I do my throw. So this is Kim's normal throw. She's not really jutting forward at all. And this is me doing this technique. So you can cancel the startup of her run attack, this attack, into a throw, and this pushes her forwards a little bit. So I don't know any practical use for this other than maybe like stealing some frames or something, but it's just interesting to know that it's there. So this might not be practical, but I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, you can flex your Kim knowledge by doing Kara throws, I guess. I don't know of any other Kara throw in the game. All right, next up is some Dalsum exclusive stuff. So I think we all know as Kimberly players that stand heavy punch is sort of like the go-to for like hard call-out whiff punishes. So, you know, you hit punish counter and you get teleport and stand heavy kick after for very big damage. But what about full screen whiff punishes? The majority of the cast doesn't get any conversion from a full screen whiff punish, right? So I'll set Sim to do this forward heavy punch. So Kimberly is actually quite unique in this matchup. She can whiff punish, teleport, and it still reaches from full screen. So most characters just have to like take the damage from the normal itself. Kim says, I do not care, teleports full screen and makes a conversion anyway. So no matter like how far the whiff punishes is, if you hit a whiff punish with Kimberly stand heavy punch, always cancel it into teleport. You'll whiff punish, reach full screen, and combo no matter what. Now for this last bit of tech, this is sort of a kind of basic thing, but if you hit this target combo into medium punch vagabond, the juggle state will make this the Oki slightly different than landing a grounded medium punch vagabond. So pretty much you can land a meaty medium kick. That is plus 11 on punish counter, plus 6 on regular hit. So there you go, plus 7 on hit. So pretty much there's not really like a mix up here, but you will catch people walking back occasionally with this meaty, and you'll get fat reward. Also, just on block, you'll be, I believe, plus 3. This one, it's a bit hard to get the timing of the dash and the medium kick properly and everything, but the reward is definitely worth it when you hit it. There you go, plus 3. I hit it meaty properly that time. You're plus 3 and you're in this range, which lets you kind of not really do anything, but like it is what it is. You know, you got your plus frames. You could sneak in, stand medium kick. Usually you would stuff anything they do unless they press jab. And then, I don't know, you don't really have any pressure there. But still, Kim sucks. Buff Kim. You get the meaty, you could steal your turn. Even though you're plus 3, you have to steal your turn. It is what it is. It's still a sick meaty. Hit them low. Get those plus 6 frames. Anyway, that is pretty much all of the Kim tech I wanted to put out there today. That is pretty disgusting, to be honest. You know, this character has a lot of sick stuff. It's just unfortunate that it's all like negated by other characters just having better things to do neutral, better setups, more damage. So, you know, you gotta study this stuff if you want to play Kim in this game. So I wish all of you good luck with these setups, all these tips, and, you know, start mastering this shit. You know, Kim is not gonna get any better until after Capcom Cup, so we might as well make the most of her right now. So, good luck, boys.